Not just me, but many other NASCAR fans on Twitter, Instagram, and any other social platform have been very vocal about a problem that has plagued NASCAR multiple times already in 2022 and too many times to count since the 2017 season. NASCAR, if you're watching this, please stop doing this. What's going on, guys? My name is Connor. Welcome back to Real Talk Racing. Today we are going to be talking about a problem that has plagued NASCAR since the 2017 season. And before this video gets started, I do want to point out that a large portion of people who watch my channel are not subscribed. So if you guys do enjoy the content that I produce or the content that you see today, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. So let's just get right into the video. If you live on the East Coast like me, you would have noticed that this past weekend's race at Nashville Superspeedway started at 5 o'clock. That's right, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, which is very late. Like, I eat dinner around like 6 o'clock, so 5 o'clock is very late for me to start a NASCAR race, and it's not even like a night race or anything. So this race started at 5 o'clock. It was very hot out, but there's no excuse. No NASCAR race should start a race at 5 o'clock Eastern time. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's 2 o'clock on the West Coast. I get that, but NASCAR doesn't have as big of an audience on the West Coast. And 2 o'clock on the West Coast is still a decent time. Like, why would you start a race at 5 o'clock? Like, to me, that's just mind-boggling. Like, it was very hot out at Nashville, but still, 5 o'clock is way too late. I can understand maybe what they were thinking with trying to, get past the heat and everything, because typically the hottest part of the day is around 1 to 2 or 3 o'clock, around that range. So I can maybe understand what they were doing at 5, but it was still very hot out. Like, that didn't really make much of a difference. So if you did watch the race, then you might have noticed that this race went on for so long. Like, I'm talking way over 5, 6, I think even 7 hours. Like, this race was so long. I didn't watch the whole thing because I'm gonna be honest, I fell asleep. Like, seriously, it started so late and didn't get over. I fell asleep, honestly. But it didn't get over till about 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, which is absolutely ridiculous. 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, all right, take this into consideration. Most NASCAR races are a little bit over 3 hours. Let's just go with 3.5 hours. So most NASCAR races are 3.5 hours. If they started this race at 1 o'clock or noon, like they did back in 2016, 2015, and on back, this race would be over by 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And the rain didn't occur until 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So NASCAR could have got in this entire race caution-free, no rain, if they started it at 1 o'clock like they used to do. I was at Dover earlier this year, and that race got postponed to Monday, and a lot of people were complaining about a late start time. That race started at 3:30, and if NASCAR were to start that race either noon or 12:30, then they would have got the entire race in. It's painful, like, to watch as a NASCAR fan. You don't want to see, like 30 laps, then wait 2 hours to see another 30 laps, then wait 2 hours, then fall asleep, and then check your phone the next morning to see who won. No one wants to do that. If they just go back to these noon and 1 o'clock start times, then everything would be fine. Like, we would not have this problem right now where races are not getting in, but they could be getting in. While I'm on the topic of Dover, let's talk about tracks without lights. Dover does not have lights. There are no lights at that track. They cannot do a night race. So we're looking at this. If each race takes about 3 to 3.5 hours, and sunset was about 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, around that time that they ran the Dover race in April, or it was in May, my bad. In May, they can only afford about a 1 hour rain delay at most. If you get more than a 1 hour rain delay, you're basically not going to be able to get in that race, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you cannot have tracks without lights starting this late. I understand Nashville had lights, but no one wants to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning to watch a race. No matter how good the race is, that's way too late for any person. So, NASCAR, if you're watching this, which you are definitely not, please just change this. Like, it's really getting tiring and frustrating to watch as a fan. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, do you agree with me? I'm sure most of you do. Well, if not, just share your opinions in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and drop a like on this video. And this is Real Talk Racing. Catch you guys later.